This is the Son of the Law podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the Son of the Law podcast. I'm your host, Jay Christopher. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors, Complete Auto Service in Richmond, Missouri, Cutting Edge Landscapes in Lawson, Missouri, and the Lawson Review, your hometown newspaper right here in the 64062. Also, thanks to you for supporting the show. And just a reminder, you are why we do this and what it is all about. And today, we have a particular thing to celebrate with our listeners. This is our 50th episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thank you. Looking at the look of surprise on Brandon and Jeri's faces here. We drop every other Monday at 6 a.m. so that drive to work or never miss a Monday workout can be extra special. But this one, again, is particularly special for us because the did some interweb searching and the average episode count, 13 to 15% of all podcasts only make it to 50 episodes. So you're already in a pretty good group there just by being steadfast and disciplined in it, right? Industry data shows that the vast majority of podcasters quit early. About 90% don't make it past 3 episodes, and the average show stops publishing around 21. So again, thanks to all of our listeners as well. In this whole process, since the show's inception, we've averaged in the top 20% of all podcasts per episode, every episode. So since episode 1, we just dropped right in, came in hot, and haven't looked back. So it's nothing I'm doing. That's everything our listeners are doing, and they have choices to listen to whatever. And so they're choosing to listen here, and I'm thankful for it. Yeah, so please share the show across all platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or your favorite podcast player. Encourage people to follow and turn on notifications so that you can be ready for the next episode. This episode is brought to you by Complete Auto Service Center. If you've ever gone with the cheapest auto repair only to deal with the same problem again, you already know cheap isn't value. At Complete Auto Service Center, value means fixing it right the first time. Every visit includes a full inspection by experienced, certified technicians, plus a clear report that shows what's good, what needs attention right now, and what can wait. That means fewer surprises, smarter decisions, and a vehicle you can actually trust. And they don't waste your time. Your vehicle is inspected the same day, and they contact you quickly so you're never left wondering what's going on or what comes next. I've known Mark and Amanda for years. They've built a shop that treats customers like family. And family that stands behind their work with quality parts and a 36-month, 36,000-mile warranty. So before that small issue turns into a big repair, make Complete Auto Service Center your first call. Visit CompleteASC.com or stop by 718 Woolard Boulevard in Richmond. Complete Auto Service Center. Complete maintenance, complete repairs, complete peace of mind. This episode is brought to you by Cutting Edge Landscapes in Lawson, Missouri. Spring is almost here. And if you're ready for a lawn that actually turns heads this year, now's the time to call Cutting Edge Landscapes. I've trusted them with my own yard, and I can tell you firsthand, the results speak for themselves. Thicker grass, richer color, a lawn that looks professionally cared for because it is. Right now, they're offering a limited time early bird special. When you sign up for all 5 rounds of their professional lawn treatment program, you'll get 50% off aeration or 1 full application absolutely free. It's your choice. And they don't just do lawn treatments. Cutting Edge Landscapes handles everything. Custom landscaping, beautiful hardscapes, sprinkler systems, all completed by licensed professionals who take pride in every detail. With over 40 years serving our community, they've built a reputation for quality work and fair pricing that you can trust. Spring schedules fill up fast, so don't wait. Call Kent and Brandon today, 816-580-3343, or visit callcuttingedge.com. Cutting Edge Landscapes. Your lawn will thank you. This episode is brought to you by the Lawson Review. Since April 8th, 1881, one thing has never stopped in Lawson, Missouri, the local newspaper. From the very first printing of the Lawson Gazette to today's Loss and Review, this is the county's oldest newspaper with uninterrupted publication. Generations have lived it, written it, and read it week after week. The Loss and Review isn't just news. It's school events, local sports, city decisions, community voices, and the stories that may not make the big city headlines, but matter most right here at home. A subscription is just $29 for 1 year or $51 for 2 years. It's an affordable way to support local journalism and stay connected to your community. Contact the Loss and Review at lostandreview@gmail.com. Visit at 405 North Pennsylvania, Lawson, Missouri, or call 816-296-3412. The Loss and Review, your hometown paper, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Okay, joining me in my home today, Brandon and Jeri Mammen, and my lovely wife Carissa is here to sit in as well for this special occasion. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Jeri. What's up?
Hello.
Glad to have you here.
Good to be here.
I'm glad to have you. And a quick introduction, and then we'll turn it over to you all. Brandon, we've talked. Yep. We talked through the episode 1 or 2 ago about life with MS and whatnot. We'll cover that a bit today, but today's episode isn't about that, right? I feel it's good that people have gotten to know you and some of your life history, and so don't need to cover that too much here. But we've covered this. You've been a friend of mine for many years, very active dad, invested in your kids, church activities, and youth missions. Deacon, how can I help kind of a guy. You got a logical approach to everything. With this engineering mentality, you're not an engineer, but always available for advice and counsel, and I thank you for that. Jeri, the church mama, is what I would call you. You genuinely interested in people, particularly young women and families. Noticed that. Also, just by way of knowing you for a few years, you're pretty accident prone.
I take offense at that.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, now's the time to defend yourself. Brandon?
You could see the scars.
I'm almost 55. I've only had one very minor broken bone, and then just normal scrapes from working in the kitchen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm. But then I did have the stitches on my eyebrow from where something fell on my head.
Anything else?
That's all. That's not terrible.
But didn't you fall off a chair and like break your ankle or something?
Stairs.
Oh, okay. That was just, we just came in and
She said she broke her ankle. She already.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I opened with that.
Okay. I missed it. I was maybe too busy
It's
trying to
already
make
on the table.
I was too busy trying to make the joke instead of listening to the joke.
Although Olivia Gillum calls me, or now Butcher calls me accident prone too. So
okay. Well,
but I do take offense at
it. Makes you. I don't know. I mean, no offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no offense. We love you very much. You do work too hard though. We do know that. No, she says no. She's like, nope. I don't work too hard. I work the right amount. Retired nurse manager. Also kind of medical support for youth camps, world changers, and whatnot. You've done a ton of that over the years. So thank you for coming. Can you guys maybe do a quick born and raised, a little bit about yourselves and how you came to know one another, whatnot? We're going to get into all the marriage stuff and everything, but definitely want to know a little bit more about that.
Yep. So we are high school sweethearts. So we met in ag class, also known as FFA class.
Wow.
In our freshman year of high school. So when we were trying to decide whether or not that's actually where we met, or because we were in the same class, but we didn't necessarily like meet. We just knew of each other probably.
So you were bonding over like cows or corn or various other activities?
So when we really got to know each other, I guess, is probably our sophomore year. We were both on the parliamentary procedure team for FFA. And so that's kind of where we got to know each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So
can only imagine how your first date went.
Well,
like Robert's Rules of Order for your first date.
So our first date wasn't until our junior year of high school.
Okay.
Because she had a boyfriend. So, I had to convince her that he wasn't the right one.
Took a minute. Hey, man, you're playing the long game. You locked this up for 20 some years now. So it's like 30 plus years now.
33.
Hey, there we go.
We went to State Fair last weekend and ran into some friends from high school. And his remembrance kind of matched up to mine. That I told him he needed to tell Brandon to ask me out.
Yeah.
That's how it went down.
Okay. So this was a once removed, give the brother a little bit of courage. This is going to go well for you, but you guys still got to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So homecoming 1988. Yes. Homecoming. No, is that right?
Yes. You're
Yeah.
right.
Did you do like a promposal? Do you even know what that is?
Those weren't a thing back then.
I don't know what that
thank
is.
the Lord.
Yeah, me
The
too.
Lord.
I'm so done with them. Like, what is this about? You know what a promposal is?
First I've ever heard of it.
So they do the thing where they have to make some grand gesture, as if it's not already a challenge enough to ask somebody to a date
Yeah.
or a dance or whatever. The girls are evaluating whether or not they say yes based on how significant or grandiose the ask is. So I've seen people do like posters, like gifts, things of that nature. And they're like, all this to say,
So this might go right into some of the questions we'll have later, I'm sure,
okay, well,
because that might be part of the challenges that people have today.
there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit of it. There's quite a bit of it. All right. So anyway,
So we first date was homecoming, 1988. Second date, which was, I don't know if I mentioned this last time we talked or not, but this stands out in my memory. So it was barn warming, which is an FFA thing, FFA dance, which they do square dancing, which is kind of funny.
interesting.
But when you get there, they have a hay maze that you have to go through.
At our school, they did. At our school, they did.
At our school, they did.
Like bales of hay
Bales
that
of
they've
hay.
assembled in
and
a
you
little
crawl through
Okay.
a maze. And when you get to the end, there's a guy standing there with a goat.
Interesting.
And so your date has an option of kissing the goat or kissing you.
Oh,
So you can probably guess which one my date chose.
You kissed Brandon. Yes.
The goat.
You kissed the goat.
did you know that was going to happen? Is it that
I
a
knew
thing?
that was a tradition, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Had siblings grow up. And this has been our second year. I don't remember who I went with my freshman year, but maybe I didn't go. But yeah, it was a thing.
Yeah.
We were early
What
on
kind
dating.
of what kind of a kiss
It was our
this?
second date.
What kind of a kiss for the goat? Do you kiss it on the head? Do you just
Probably.
act like is a ceremonial kiss?
Oh, no, I'm sure. I was probably on the head.
I've seen those people kiss the bass or the fish. You know, they catch the fish and they kiss it, and that's just always is disgusting to me.
That's gross.
Who kisses a fish?
Came out of water with all sorts of junk in it.
Yeah, and it stinks.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be talking about like
Anyway,
where
so
we grew
back
up.
to, yeah. So I guess I failed to mention that
He's
we.
going to keep us in line.
Thank you, Jerry.
I love it.
Thank you.
Okay. So anyway, I guess I failed to mention we are from Chillicothe. We grew up on farms east. I was east of Chillicothe. She was actually in Chula, which is a suburb of Chillicothe. Yeah.
I grew up in a town of 200 in Chula, Missouri, on a farm. There's 4 sisters and 1 brother. He's in smack dab in the middle of us.
What number are you?
I am number 4.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, you're not. You're number 5. Is there? Oh, there's 5 kids. Never mind. Sorry.
Look, if you all, I need to go video y'all because the look Jerry just shot Brandon is necessary for everyone. To
I
see.
was supposed to be the last one, but I have a little sister. Then I don't let her forget I was supposed to be the last one. But there is a sister younger than me. We had to get anywhere. You was driving 15 minutes either direction, Chillicothe or Trenton. And yeah, it's glad to grow up on a farm. And
Did you ever drive a tractor to school?
no, that wasn't a thing back then.
It wasn't? The FFA kids, they used to do that.
I don't know when that
I don't
started.
think they did that. No.
It's a weird flex.
Yeah.
It's like these kids that you wouldn't trust with a $3,000 used car for their first license or driving a $500,000 piece of farm equipment to school.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I need to think through this.
Yeah.
Or these kids are much more equipped for life than I gave them credit for initially.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but she can drive a tractor.
I was gonna say.
So when we were dating, she was at our house doing something. My dad had a Bobcat. Actually had a couple Bobcats. And we were doing something and she just jumps on it and takes off. My dad's like, "What's she doing?" Like, "She's driving your Bobcat." Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I that's where I learned to work hard. There was no, I say there's no snow days on the farm.
What kind of farm were you on?
We raised cows, pigs, and we had row crops as well.
Okay. And did you have like specific jobs or were you just all hands doing whatever Dad asked?
Whatever we were told.
Yeah.
It's a family farm, and so my dad and uncle farmed it with my grandpa, and then it's just been passed down. And now my brother and cousins farm it together
Oh, wow.
with dad and uncle. I'm sure in some fashion of supervision.
Still in the family, still actively farmed. That's
Yes.
exciting. That's awesome.
You tell the connection with the famous person.
Well, my grandpa started. I was going to be my actually
Sorry.
little.
Let's go. This is your thing that people might not know
no.
about.
Oh,
okay.
sorry. Okay, yeah.
All good. Let's go. Jump right in.
Yeah. My grandpa actually started in cattle business with J.C. Penney.
Really? Mm-hmm. Started a business with JCPenney.
Yes, cattle business.
Some people are like, I knew who JCPenney was because I saw him and waved to him one time. You are in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Doing business with somebody is a much different
Her
affair.
uncle is named after him, James Cash.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what JC stood for.
Yeah. Look what you learned today.
Very good. Little nugget of information for my Cliff Clavin archive.
Yeah, they have a picture of Mr. Penny in a grain wagon, like by their barn, with my grandpa in it and my dad and uncle.
How about
Wow.
that?
Pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Brandon, what's your fun fact? Did you bring another one? Because
What was
wait,
the first one? I forgot what the one
It was a
was.
street sweeper.
Yeah,
Oh, the
you,
st- oh,
yeah.
the
Did
street
you ever
sweeper.
get a ride on a street sweeper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in our backyard for a while.
That's right. You jump on that sucker and take it around like you did your father-in-law's Bobcat.
I don't know that I ever drove it, but
No. It's, I guess so. I got clotheslined by a power line one time.
Was this an energized power line?
No, or I would not be here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it was exciting. I was on top of a hay wagon.
I was going to say, you had to be up there really high.
Yeah. We were going back to the barn. First load of the season. I was sitting towards the front of the wagon. My brother was in front of me. And then there was a couple guys behind us. And I was looking back as we were driving. And I could tell he was moving. So as soon as I turned around, it caught me right at the base of my neck and rolled me clear to the back of the hay wagon.
Oh, baby.
Didn't fall off, but
That-
it took all the hide off of my neck.
Mm.
Yeah, because it was old. You know, the insulation was coming off of it, but it wasn't energized, thankfully. Because
There's a lot of ways to get out of hauling hay, Brandon.
I did not
don't-
get out of it. Actually, I spent the rest of the summer with a handkerchief around my neck trying to keep the dirt out of it. So,
Oh, well, that's a life lesson that you've now learned.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, yeah, that was one of my near-death experiences. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, I've initially planned to have rapid fires near the end of the episode. And then the more I thought about it, I needed to surprise you with a few because I think if I told everybody that we were going to do them at the last, I think people would get crazy. So I've got a few here for you. These are easy ones. So nobody's going to get in trouble here, but definitely want to prime the pump so people really know who we're working with here.
Okay.
Rapid fire number 1. Should men wear flip-flops?
No.
Brandon comes out with a decisive opinion.
I've probably purchased one pair for him through the years,
And I
and
didn't
they've
wear
been
'em.
donated.
No flip flops for Brandon and Jerry. Dogs or cats?
Neither one really, but maybe,
Really?
yeah. I'm really,
See, I figured you all might be cat people for like barns and stuff.
well, yeah.
I do like-
Either one, they're outside, not inside.
No inside animals at all.
Right.
No,
But if you had to go dog or cat, you go cat?
I'd go
Dog.
cat because they lay in your lap better than a dog.
As long as it's just one.
Okay. Solid. Crab rangoon or egg roll?
Neither.
Come on, brother.
I don't.
I like egg roll.
When you get pick one side, go high chai. You don't know. You just, okay. Well, I guess more for
I
you,
eat
Jerry.
it.
There you go. Egg rolls all around. A body part that's hurting right now.
My neck.
My back.
neck.
My neck. Your neck? Yeah. Is it still lingering from the power line?
No, maybe that's what it is. That could be it. It could be it. Yeah. No, every time I look up into the left, my right hand goes numb. So
Okay.
there's something weird going on.
We helped Luke tear cabinets off last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to weigh in on any of these, my love? Should men wear flip-flops?
Only at the pool.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs, although really neither.
Crab rangoon or egg roll?
Used to be crab rangoon. Now it's egg roll.
Interesting. Body part that's hurting right now?
Neck.
Okay, fill in the blank. I am just so sick and tired of fill in the blank. Don't let you go first at once now. I am so sick and tired of
Work.
work.
Nobody
Okay.
wants to complain.
You got to be sick and tired of something.
I don't know.
I'm sick and tired of weeds.
I'd say the grass is growing awful good
Yeah.
for late summer.
Mowing.
Mowing. I'm
Yes.
over it.
Yep.
Tired of the heat. I'm ready for the fall. I'm ready for some of my wife's chili. I'm sick and tired of.
Chris has got it.
I'm spicy. I get so much I could complain about, but it's all relatively reasonable.
Yeah.
I always like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Exactly.
All right, who's a guest that I need to have on the show? Anybody?
Karen Peck.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
that'd be a good one.
that's a deep track.
Yeah.
Good Zoomer.
Yeah.
Maybe next time you're in town, Kay, come on over. How late can you have caffeine?
It doesn't affect me.
What's your go-to? Oh, Jerry?
Well, I don't know if there's a difference, but pop caffeine doesn't affect me in the afternoon. But if I've tried a cup of coffee just once in the afternoon and
She said nope.
regretted it.
All right. So what's your go-to caffeinated beverage? You a pop girl?
I like Dr. Pepper. I don't drink as much of it as I used to.
23 flavors and then some. I love Dr. Pepper. It's so good. Brandon?
If I drink it, it's Diet Pepsi,
Diet Pepsi.
but I don't drink very much anymore.
Mm.
I used to drink a lot. Kinda cool.
Diet Pepsi or Pepsi with a piece of pizza hits. My love? Got a go-to caffeinated beverage? You don't really do much caffeine anymore.
Chai lattes have kind of become my thing because I had to give up coffee for the most part. So
Which is mostly warm milk.
They're still yummy.
it's iced warm
delicious.
milk. I love them.
It's delicious.
Spice.
There's still a lot of sugar in them.
The kids are trying to get us to drink energy drinks, Monster and all these other things. I've dabbled a toe, dipped a toe here and there.
Just say no.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you,
know.
Jerry.
I'm not confident, but I think one of them gave me diarrhea.
Gosh.
Not sure.
What happens the older you get? They just hit you wrong.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Is it offensive to refer to your spouse, your only spouse, as my first husband or my first wife? So you might introduce in a conversation, you'd say, "Hello, I'm Brandon. This is my first wife, Jerry."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd.
Well, but I mean,
Is it offensive?
Yes.
It's your first wife.
You've done this to me. It's offensive.
it's
Are you
factual though.
asking to back
but
up?
it's factual.
So yeah, I mean, I'm down. That's kind of how I look at things. I'm very literal. So
That's right.
yeah.
But what's the purpose of the use of the word first there?
Well, because there could be a second someday.
Just say only.
Just say lovely. There's any other
This is
adjective you could put there.
so it's offensive.
If he said first wife, I could, I guess, say last husband. You can turn it around.
There you go. There you go. Turn that sucker around. Okay, pick two. You can only have two: money, free time, or good health. What are you gonna pick? Money, free time, or good health?
Money can't buy either one of those, so I'd say those two.
Free time or good health?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeri?
I'd say good health, free time.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Two of the three. Lose your phone, lose your wallet, or lose your keys.
Are they findable?
You get two.
Keys, I suppose.
Lose your keys is
Well, probably, I don't know, phone.
this is hard.
I'm thinking you could have an air tag on the wallets and keys, so your phone would be important.
There's lots of ways to look at it.
I had my phone in my pocket about a year ago when I jumped in the pool. Didn't realize it for like 30 minutes, and I didn't have a phone anymore.
How'd that treat you?
That was not fun. That was not fun. It was rough.
So was it the communication that was rough, or was it like? See, I was thinking like if I lost my wallet, I'd have to go through all the rigmarole of getting a new license and getting all new credit cards and all that whatever, and that would be crazy. If I lost my phone, I just like get a new phone, and then it's all Apple backed up. So you just
So that was the other problem.
don't tell me you're an Android guy.
No, it's Apple, but I didn't have it. I didn't have it backed up. I mean, it'd run out of space, and I'm too cheap to buy more.
That's right. Very frugal.
So hadn't been backing up. So I lost a bunch of like text message history and things like that. It was a pain.
That bites you right in the
everything
keister.
I have for work on there too was gone. So I had to just reload and everything. It was just a pain.
Yeah.
Passwords.
Passwords. Yeah.
I was up at camp when all this happened, and he was trying to ask me questions for, it might hit me when I walked in a certain spot of camp.
There's no service at camp.
One day I was finally like,
There's no contact at camp.
I know, like, I had to excuse myself and go up, stand on the hill and have a phone call. I forget what you were trying to get into, but
Back to the question of I'm just over it. I'm over passwords.
Oh, passwords.
I hate it.
Yeah. I'm with you. Sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
2 of 3. Have dinner with your younger self, have dinner with your older self, or have dinner with your future grandchildren.
Older self and future grandchildren.
That's the 2 you'd have with?
That's the 2.
All right. Jeri? Brandon?
The younger self for sure. And I guess future grandchildren. I don't know.
I would do younger self too. Good scolding. And I don't know. Future grandchildren.
It's so funny that we have just 2 or 3 and nobody had the exact same ones. I had older self and younger self. I figured that would be the perfect time to give life experience to the younger version, to be ready for the version that was going to have the conversation with the older version.
Yeah.
And those grandkids are coming either way. So I'll get a chance to have dinner with them later. I got to wait a little bit, but I'm going to be ready.
That question would be answered different depending on how old you are too.
That's true. Yeah. Or how many generations for the grandchildren.
Yeah. 2,
3, 4 generations later. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. They say in 50 years, nobody will know your name after you die. We're not going to leave that. We're not going to. That's too depressing. Let's ask another question.
Well, with AI, they might.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
they'll be able to come back and listen to this.
Maybe it's a little bit of a legacy piece. We'll see how things go. Binge-worthy TV show right now, or a favorite from yonder year? Binge-worthy TV show. You watch TV?
Yeah.
You a news guy?
We watch the local news, the 9 o'clock news before we go to sleep.
There you go. You got any binge-worthy TV shows, Jeri?
Oh, I liked like NCIS, Criminal Minds.
Those are mind-bending. Some of them are pretty disgusting, too, which is always kind of fun. Other thoughts, babe? You got one?
Friends.
Yeah, I'm old school.
Yeah.
Show's classic.
I liked Gilmore Girls too.
Gilmore Girls is stupid. I'll tell you how I really feel if you want to know.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's get into this. I asked you all here because in a recent episode with Matt Wright, Lee Curitan, and Derek Gunther, I was asked for advice, and I was reluctant to give it because, while I'm happy to give it in certain respects, the answer I had for Matt, Lee, and Derek was, it's my job in this platform to fill the seats that you're all sitting in with people who are qualified to answer those questions and impart tutelage on those around them. So I want to tell your story about your marriage, learn some practical advice, hard-earned wisdom, and share lessons learned for people who are listening at any stage of marriage. Newlyweds, parents, empty nesters, grandparents, right? You guys kind of got that resume, check, all down the line. As we were talking, this doesn't necessarily make you perfect, right? And
Far from it.
won't let you all, self-deprecate as much as you want there. But regardless, thank you for coming and thank you for being willing to answer some of these questions. And so the format that I have is I want to ask you a question, get to know a little bit about you, but then I want to ask you for your specific advice for somebody who's going through that. And I can say that this is time tested because in the season of life that Carissa and I have been working through, right? You all have been kind of a North Star family for us. And I think I told Derek and Lee and Matt that if they wanted to grow and they wanted to prepare for that next season of life, they need to look at somebody who's 10 to 15 years ahead of them, say, hey, how are they doing it? Start asking some questions and then come alongside. You guys, I think, recognized that we were too clueless. Well, I was certainly too clueless. Chris probably wasn't, but so you just came alongside of us and I didn't know what was happening until it was already happening. And I'm like, wait, these people are really cool. And they are definitely caring for us and definitely investing us in a way that's been super meaningful. So thank you for that.
Ditto.
Carissa says ditto.
You're
Throwback
generous with your words.
What's that?
You're generous with your words.
Well, that's what the words are for. Let's give them away. Okay. So we talked a little bit about the format. I want to warm you up with an easy one. Okay. This is an easy question. Warm up because people, they just want to jump right in. We can talk about how you got to know one another. It's important. But when your kids became adults, how did your relationship with your children change when they became adults? And the advice portion is, how do you know when to give advice, when to be quiet, or when to let your own adult children make their own mistakes? I'm using the term adult children here kind of loosely, basically saying anybody over 18. But I know that adult looks differently if you're talking about rites of passage around graduating high school, college, and a job or whatever. So,
yeah, I would say that well, the way I looked at it is they're not officially an adult until they're supporting themselves.
Okay.
So college, they were not. I mean, technically, yeah, they were over 18, but I'm still supporting them. So I still felt like that we could give them advice. We could basically talk to them like they are our children.
Tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the most part, I think they were good with that. I don't think we had any major issues
Mm-hmm.
with that. But yeah.
I remember when I took Luke to Mizzou to freshman orientation, and they were like, the state now says you have no right to their information. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello, we're helping here.
That's right. You need something from the school. You need to get through your son.
But we never did have a battle of like, they all put us where we could easily see what was going on. And yeah, we still gave advice. I think, as Brandon said, most of it was taken, some not, but that was part of them learning and working through some decisions, consequences of decisions as well. I was that mom that when we went early on, when they were hitting, probably 10 years old, I should ask Bailey because she remembers. She told me she hated this, but now she appreciates it. I made them speak up for themselves. Like when we'd go to the doctor, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
I made them early on speak up for themselves. And then I'd add in, right? She hated it, but it taught them then as they're setting out of your home, they're able to communicate and speak up for themselves. And I think that helped them as very much and made them pretty independent. And I don't feel like I had to necessarily guide them a whole lot because they just went and did in college. They were able to navigate that. Now, as they're older, 2 of them married, I've learned to say something once. Have you thought about this?
Asking in the form of a question instead of a suggestion.
Mm-hmm. And then, they choose to consider it or not. And I've learned not to say it a second time because then I'm becoming that nagging mother.
What if you don't think they heard you the first time?
Yeah, let's dig into that a little bit, right? What about when it comes to, and again, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's suggesting anybody's perfect, but what about when it comes to questions related to gray areas or moral dilemmas that may on the surface be one thing, but the image or perception that somebody else around them might have differently and whatnot? How do you involve yourself or steer clear of that?
I don't know if they ask us any questions like that now. I mean, well, we did. I mean, we have that's one of the things that has changed is the depth of conversation, at least with me, the depth of conversation that we have with around, beliefs and things like that. So we do have those conversations. It's really, I mean, they're 30, the boys will be 30, Bailey's 27. So they've been an adult for a while. So it really is, it's like I'm talking to you. I mean, it's another adult that I'm talking to. But thinking back, I guess when they were like college age, there was a transition period there where they're not kids anymore, but they're not quite adults, and figuring out how to, like Jeri was saying, how to let them figure things out on their own, but be there to support them when they need it. I'm trying to think of the words I want to use because I know they're probably going to listen to this.
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying not to I don't want to incriminate anybody, but at the same time, like the nature of kids growing up is going to involve moral dilemmas and challenges and, lots of different things that you've experienced, right? You've made the mistake, you've seen it, but at some point, again, they've got to jump and fly, and sometimes they're going to crash on the ground or they're going to make it a little further before it burns out, or they just they sail in a way that you didn't know was possible.
Right.
I know for Bailey, she's probably the one I've had those phone calls from where she's gotten herself in a tough situation. It was because she didn't listen to the advice and the guidance along the way. And she knew that, and I could tell it was humbling, and it was just meeting her where she was at. I learned during her senior year to give that, again, guidance, but not hound her about it. And I knew she'd heard me, but yet she had to make her own choices. And I could tell when she would call me when she was early on in college and getting out on her own, those phone calls, she was coming from a place of having to humble herself to call home and say, Mom, this is where I'm at. I need help. And it wasn't going to do any good to
rub it in.
Told you so.
Yes, in that moment, because it wasn't going to change the moment. Brandon taught me, like, yelling isn't going to change the situation. We're still going to have the situation. So it's not going to do any good to yell and be overly upset about it. And when I learned that, which was not as quick as I would like to say I did.
Were you the more passionate of or vocal of the parents?
For sure.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. And I use the word passionate loosely, right? And everybody's passionate, just manifests itself differently.
Yes. And when I learned to meet them where they're at, and be careful with my reaction, our relationship changed, and she was happy to share with me and come to me because she needed that guidance then.
Brilliant.
I think it's really, for both of us that we're say proud of, but just glad to see is the way our kids interact with one another. Like they confide in each other about things that like I would no idea that they would have done. Like that's cool to see your adult children not just getting along, but helping each other and being friends with each other. Because I think a lot of times that doesn't happen.
Very good. You guys ever called them out on things that the scripture would say that they're not living? Without, again, I'm not trying to talk through any details, but just like, how does that go after they turn a certain age?
I personally have not.
Okay.
So I'm just being honest. I haven't. Probably should.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
So they see how easy that was? That was an easy question. Okay. It's called Before You Were Ready. Take us back to the beginning. Where did you meet? What attracted you to each other? And when did you first realize that this might actually become marriage? So we talked a little bit about FFA and whatnot. We don't need to cover any of that ground again, but things started getting serious. You started thinking about dating for a while, and started having those thoughts about this could be the one.
Day one.
What's that?
Day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't.
You're like, Brandon's she took this goat over me, but I'm still ready to marry her.
I do have. So I said that we met in ag class, FFA class.
Yeah.
So I have the scars to prove that she really liked me. So there's the little black spot there on my finger.
Yeah, I'm looking at Brandon's left hand middle finger on the palm side underneath there. He's got a black dot right on the bottom of his middle finger.
That's a piece of pencil lead.
Oh.
That she threw a pencil at me.
Pretty sharpened pencil.
And it stuck in my finger, and it's still there.
That is...
Yeah.
That's the
right
evidence
then,
of flirting, right?
This is it. This is it. Yeah.
That's like the girl chasing you in the playground, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
Do you think you guys were ready for marriage immediately?
Did we answer your first question?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm trying to, for those people who are thinking about getting married, what are the things they need to look for, right? How did you realize this might actually be the person? What were some of the considerations that you have, right? You have a unique perspective now. 33 years later, 35 years on how long you were engaged, but to look back, reflect on what you were thinking and now what it is, and compare and contrast those two.
You want to go? What did you say?
You can go.
I feel like that we were very similar. We had similar background, similar upbringing. Both grew up on a farm and raised similarly, similar values. Both were Christians, went to church. There's, obviously there's the party crowd and the jocks and all that. I was kind of friends with everybody. So I think we were just kind of attracted to each other because of kind of our backgrounds.
So common
but
faith, common family.
Yeah, and then we were friends. I think that's the most important thing is you have to be friends before you can be more. So I think that was the big thing. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Anything to add, Jeri?
No, I agree. Like we started out as friends. We got to know one another before we even thought about a relationship.
I mean, she kissed a goat over me, so I knew that this isn't going to go very fast. This is going to take a while.
So fast.
We got to take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
So when you got married, is there anything that you thought you were ready for that immediately marriage said, hang on, you're not quite ready for that yet, bud, but now you're already into this. So got to figure this out now quick.
One thing that influenced me certainly is I grew up in a home that was from a broken home. My folks stayed together longer than they should have. I was a freshman in high school, and my grandmother passed away, and she lived in a house on the main part of the farm, and my dad then moved out of the house and into that house. So I knew I didn't grow up with like a good picture of marriage, but I knew what I didn't want.
Okay.
I knew what a bad marriage looked like, right? And I just knew I didn't want that. And so when we were moving towards that, I just knew like he was a hard worker. He, would care for me, cared for my feelings. He had a good relationship with his mom and dad and brother, and they were very welcoming and embraced me and took me into their home and really helped me through when my parents finally did get divorced. Like they were just a good support system. He was there, and we were still, golly, just fresh out of high school then.
Like it was senior year, wasn't it, when they finally finalized? Yeah.
So that's kind of, I should have said that in my background earlier, that's where I was coming from as a kid, and didn't really have, like I said, I had aunt and uncle and cousins in my life, my dad's cousins who would take my sister and I into their home, get us away kind of from the chaos. And, so I saw good marriages, but didn't experience that as a kid.
Very good.
But that's definitely influenced what he's about to embark on with me.
Yeah. So on that, I mean, I'm going to just encourage you and thank you for sharing it. I think it's atypical in today's world for couples to come together and get married where there hasn't been some sort of marital issue, broken home or whatever. The statistics say that more than half marriages end in divorce. It is statistically more likely that a child will grow up without their biological father than with their biological father, right? I mean, there's a number of issues there. And so your story's relevant and important. Looking back, what would you tell an engaged couple about actually preparing for marriage? Are there any boundaries that should be maintained until they're married?
Until they're married?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything you should wait for until marriage? I mean, I'm more or less Christian podcast, not really, but you know what I'm saying? Like we talk about Christian things. So, I mean, the abstinence piece, right, is we're not going to have sex until marriage, all of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of going one layer deeper there, just looking for just your advice for premarital readiness and disciplining yourself until that day.
I think it's creating healthy boundaries. There's I'm so amazed at the younger generation, and there's young couples getting married who have say they've never held hands or never kissed. Like I can't imagine that. I understand and appreciate the concept, but there are healthy boundaries to establish of never being alone together, always having another friend there, because it's all the result is all as the Lord intended, and but we know it's just takes one little spark, right, to get that fire going, and it's hard to put out. And so if you, as we should desire to enter marriage pure before the Lord, you have to establish those boundaries, and you have to put safeguards there.
Wonderful. Yeah. Great feedback. Any other thoughts there, Brandon?
Oh, she said it all.
Yeah. Okay. When you were young and didn't have much figured out, what did you see in each other that made you willing to bet your life on that other person?
He's very patient and hardworking, and he's he's pretty quiet today. He was pretty quiet back then too. And so when he has something to say, it's thought through and it's trustworthy. And I saw that, and was just a good leader.
I think she was fantastically good looking. No, I mean, she's just, I could tell from when we were kids that she has a good heart, cares about people, cared about me. Just, I'm the type of person that likes to get compliments. That sounds kind of selfish, but
words of affirmation,
exactly,
love language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And she's good at that. And was then too. And like I said, we were friends. We were best friends, still are. So.
Yeah. You made the joke tastefully, right, about the, beauty of your wife and whatnot. I mean, that being an awesome, way to get to know somebody and whatnot. Yeah. But as we've discussed and whatnot, you see these kids, I don't know, there's kind of the Pinteresty way of saying is falling in lust, right? Instead of falling in love.
Yeah.
Like making a relationship all about how one another look and how they look in community and society. And this is how we address whatnot. You're not talking about, well, obviously we're attracted to one another. You're not talking about making a major life goal based on that exclusively.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Appreciate that. So what would you tell a young couple about choosing a spouse based on character rather than circumstances? How would you try to communicate that to somebody?
Yeah, I was going to say it, not character, but or rather than based on, like you said, lust or physical attractiveness should not be the number one thing that you're looking for. Because there's so much more to a relationship than just that aspect.
Sure.
So.
Well, and their character. All those the qualities you're looking for, the character should be consistent across the board, no matter what the circumstance is. When you see them in different circumstances, if you don't see that consistent character, to me, that would be a red flag. I'd probably run the other way. But yeah, you need to have that consistent character, those qualities that you want in a spouse. Do you always see that no matter what they're experiencing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the what is it? Something the heat, fire turns up the heat, or the heat reveals, the character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you could say if somebody's hungry, you get to know how they really handle certain things. I'm eyeing my wife. You want to tell that story?
I tell it more truthfully than you
Go
do.
ahead. So I don't.
You said we were going to stop to eat. And we did it. Stop to eat.
This was pre-marriage. We were going out of town. We're still getting to know one another. We were gonna go to the lake, spend some time with my folks at the lake, and I had said we were going to get out of town and then get something to eat.
Yes.
And
Where's the out of town? The
Yeah.
city limit sign?
Yeah. So a couple hours is the drive to the lake. And so I was thinking we would get out of town and we'd get a half hour, 45 minutes out of town, somewhere a ways out of Kansas City, and then we get stopped. We didn't make it past the city limits.
This is where we disagree. We were on the interstate outside of town, and I thought he forgot. And I was hungry.
And this was the first time I actually got chewed out by this.
You didn't get chewed out.
I got lit
You
up one
did
side and
not.
down the other.
No, you didn't.
All this is to lead to the question: what mistake did you make early in your marriage that you hope young couple listening doesn't have to make? We took a detour there trying to figure one another out. Now I make sure Carissa's fed before we have
Nice.
a conversation.
Your snack bag in the car.
My metabolism runs a little differently.
Bro,
these
no, it's
days.
good. It's good. I lately, the last couple of years, I have taken the approach that there's nothing that can't be solved with a drinky drink and a snacky snack. What is one mistake that you made that you hope a young couple listening doesn't have to make?
For me personally, I didn't immediately realize my role as the spiritual leader of the home.
Mm.
And it took me a few years to get there. And that's, if you start out that way, then that's the right way to go.
Brilliant.
So our kids were pretty young when I finally figured that out. So I don't think our kids remember me not being that role,
Mm-hmm.
but I certainly wasn't when we first got married.
Mm-hmm. Jeri, you have any thoughts on that? Other thoughts?
No, we were two 21-year-olds just figuring out how to grow up together, in all truth,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't have. I grew up active in the church, I would say, but I don't recall ever being taught like this is what you should look for in a marriage. This is what a biblical marriage looks like. A marriage centered on Christ. Like I wasn't taught that. Wasn't taught that it should be important. So yeah, we learned a lot together.
Yeah, that's part of the reason you're here, right? That's a wonderful answer. And to help a young couple realize just how important that is, particularly in the early years. I kind of said on there, faithful with little, faithful with much. It'll never be easier for you to be in shape, to have a relationship with the Lord, to focus on different things, and as you get older and deeper in your marriage and deeper in relationship with kids and assets and stuff like that, it just gets bigger.
And it doesn't mean there won't be challenges still along the way by any stretch of the imagination, because there will be. But when you're starting off, you're self-centered properly, then it makes coming back easier.
Anything to add there, babe? Any follow-up questions?
No.
Okay. Let's reflect on a comedy show Carissa and I went to called Funny How Marriage Works. It was by the
Michael Jr.
Yep, the comedic stylings of the one and only Michael Jr. And he had this whole set that talked about how marriage was curious. You know, something that your spouse has been doing for 20 plus years or whatever, and you still haven't figured it out, right? And his assertion was that it's curious that that thing hasn't been fixed yet because there's some unresolved issue that needs to be addressed. And rather than be mad about it, we should be curious about it. And, you know, the whole thing was a very funny way of approaching a very practical approach to, you know, conflict in marriage. So, how do you know when something in your marriage needs to be addressed versus when you simply need to accept that your spouse is different from you?
I mean, if it's something that's like, I think you're gonna know if it's something that's like that bothers you enough or is serious enough that it's actually causing conflict. I think you're gonna know. But I mean, we all do things that are just weird. I know I do, and sometimes I know it bothers her, so maybe I do it more, but
You know, just pick that scab a little bit just for
But there's things that I do that I know bothers her that I know I need to not do.
Okay.
And try not to.
I think it's, again, I learned this much later than I care to admit, but is it a hill that's worth dying on? And when I look at it in that respect, generally it's no. Now we learned later than either one of us cared to admit about either to talk, like just to vocalize it too. Like he doesn't know whatever is bothering me or is challenging to me if I don't vocalize it. Like he's just not gonna read my thoughts magically. I have to be willing to share it with him so that he's aware of it. And usually when you do that, then, you know, the frustration just kind of leaves with you with that conversation.
So after all the years, do you disagree on anything? Or
I'm trying to think. We disagreed on something today.
so in that, right? I mean, I felt like that was like a rhetorical no, right? I mean, there's no way you get through life without disagreeing on stuff. I mean, you might big rocks, everything are fine, but now when disagreements happen, how do you quote unquote fight fairly? You know, is there a boundary or anything like that you have in place that allows you to disagree without damaging the relationship? How do you all navigate that?
Yeah, I think we know each other well enough to know when at least I feel like, well, maybe I don't. I feel like I should know when to stop. Like, okay, this has gone too far. Yeah. Like you said, it's not worth, it's never something that's so bad that you can't just let go and it's okay. The thing we were disagreeing on today was cinnamon rolls.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell.
I was making cinnamon rolls and she
Started last night.
And I got them out of the freezer and she immediately said, "Oh, these are freezer burned. They're not any good. Just throw them away." And I'm like, well, let's just try and see. They may be okay.
And then I went to what size pan? I said 9 by 13. And you probably have a healthy stack of pans in your cabinet. Anyway, I'm over on the couch and he comes around. Which one should I use? The one on the bottom. What he's holding out to me. This morning I go downstairs and he used the one that was still in the bottom of the cabinet that wasn't even which is bigger.
It was the one on the bottom.
Two things can be right at the same time. I've been saying that for years now.
Anyway, we had wonderful.
So you could have called them an
rolls.
idiot, and you could have said wonderful things that would have humiliated and frustrated, right? And you chose not to, right? You could have challenged back with many ways of, you know, none of that was she meant or whatnot,
Right.
but
and that's just yeah, it's a silly thing. And we were both laughing about it, but it's obviously there's been much more serious things that we've disagreed about.
Sure. Well, and it starts like that, right? I mean, but if something like that festers and doesn't get addressed, you know, and or there's a cycle of that sort of stuff that happens. Suddenly the woman isn't feeling listened to, the man is feeling henpecked, right? I mean, there's any number of things that could fork off into a
volcano erupts.
Yeah.
Spills out in an ugly manner.
Yeah.
Over something silly.
Yeah. Right. And then clearly we have an issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. I'm like she said earlier, I'm pretty quiet. I don't say a lot. When I say something, it's usually, I try to make it meaningful. But when I get upset and I don't say anything for a long time, when I do, it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you erupt in a, what'd you call it?
Volcano.
In a volcanic like way?
Yeah.
We've never really like yelled or argued at each other, but we know we're frustrated with each other.
Passionate conversation.
My method of conflict is to just shut down and not say anything.
The cold shoulder. I tend to get to the point where I start thinking contemptuous thoughts. You know.
This is news to me.
No, it's not. It does present a nice opportunity for a question for Carissa. What's it like being married to a perfect person?
Nice.
We've never.
I wouldn't know. I feel like you set me up for that.
I did. I'm perfectly imperfect, is what I would say. And adorkable. That's one other thing I say.
I like that.
Yeah.
We all.
Okay. So do you all believe that marriage should be 50-50?
I had a really good answer to this. I forgot what it was. Yes, but it depends on the overall marriage should be 50-50, but that doesn't mean I'm the only one making all the money or I'm the only one providing the emotional support or doing the chores around the house or whatever. But as a whole, we're doing everything equally.
You're saying there's a unit of 100% availability or potential, and you need to be doing all that you can do to
as long as you're
achieve
doing all you can do for the marriage, then yes, you're 50-50.
Yeah. There's a joke that talks about how I don't believe in 50-50. It's 100-100 or whatever. Everybody's given 100, right? So mathematically speaking, logically speaking, the 50-50 works.
Yeah.
Right. But is everybody giving the exact amount all the time? No. Jerry's saying no.
No.
I think if you start keeping tally of what you're doing versus what he's doing, you're gonna be upset and frustrated and angry all the time, and that's not healthy. But when you view it as, because there was a time we both worked, but now I did it backwards. But now I'm at home. I have pleasure watching our grandkids, and he's the one that is bringing in all of the income and the finances, and like just now my focus is more on the home. When we first got married, I was in nursing school, and I'd come home and he'd have dinner made, and he doesn't mind cleaning the kitchen up if I've got something else going on. Like, we've always approached it that way, and I honestly can't say I'm sure along the way I'll be, why can't he see I need help? I know I've had those moments, but nothing that's caused me like long-term frustration, because those are natural. You're gonna have those when your day's busier or you've had frustrations in your days. But we've always approached it. Our home is our home together. And we've been better off for that.
And you say that our home is our home together. I try to make a concerted effort to talk about, I'm talking about things that we have, like our house. I say our house. I don't say my truck. I say it's our truck. We both of our names are on the title. I mean, I think it's a partnership. We're in it together. So try not to say just mine.
I really appreciate that. When something is going great with our kids, they're mine.
Yeah.
And when something is not going great with our kids, they're hers. You know what your daughter
Totally
did?
fair.
Do you know what your son did?
You do that to me too.
You're very good about that, though. I can tell that, this is a mentality that you're bringing in.
Yeah.
When, but when one of you is down, what does showing up look like for the other? Those seasons where somebody's busy or somebody's working hard and, you need somebody else to come in and cover down. What's that look like for you guys? Or for anybody in that season?
I think it's asking, what can I do to lighten your load? Again, you can't have that expectation. Well, he's going to ask me to do whatever it is I need to do. And well, am I going to do it because he's not asking me? But I have to take the approach. What can I do? Is there something I can do today around the house that takes something off of your plate? And have to be willing to ask that, which sometimes is humbling myself or putting what I think I need to get done on the back burner. You can't assume they know.
Let's talk about when you weren't very fond of each other. Have there ever been seasons when you loved each other, right? It was, like the integrity of the relationship wasn't in question, but you weren't necessarily enjoying one another very much?
I think we went through a season that was kind of challenging, kind of late high school years for our kids at that time period. My mom was going through cancer treatment, ended up passing away in 2016. And we were taking care of my dad, and then he passed in 2019. She was still working. It was a time we weren't connected very well. We weren't communicating very well. And there was some challenging choices that I made that were not good, and we weren't communicating about those things. And once we kind of got through that and realized we needed to talk and we needed to just kind of be there for one another like we had been, it got better and good now, really good now. So,
Any color to add to that, Jeri?
Just to call out, this was like 20, 25 years into marriage.
yeah.
When that happened, we both struggled losing his mom, and his dad became very cranky, very hard to take care of because he'd just lost his wife. And it was a very hard time.
So naturally, you turn the heat up, and the refining fire is the heat of that, right, exposes the things underneath, right? There's a lot of couples who might be in a season like that. What advice would you give to, not necessarily right, maybe losing parents or whatnot, but just that time, that season where people are in?
Having grace. I mean, she showed me so much grace. And I mean, if that wasn't the case, I don't think we'd be here. So you gotta, made the commitment, you gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
So,
Because up to then we had just kind of, skated along. Like we were 21 years old when we got married, didn't know any better, figuring this thing out together.
Right.
And really growing up together. We was 3 years into our marriage when we had twins, started off with twins, one of which had medical concerns, and had us in and out of Children's Mercy Hospital, I don't know, 13 times. I do know because I may have counted 13 times his first 2 years of his life. You know, that was a stressful time, but we always had this attitude. We just did what we had to do. We knew what we had to do. We did it. And we just navigated life fairly easy. That wasn't easy, but yet we got through it together. And then, that his mom, who I adored, she's an amazing mother-in-law. I learned a lot how to be a good mother-in-law, I think, and a good grandma.
Mm-hmm.
When she got sick, that rocked our worlds, and that's where, like, big old challenge came in, and nothing you ever foreseen was coming, and you can no longer coast along and kind of, quite frankly, I'd bury my head in the sand because we didn't have to talk through hard things because we had it, but nothing like that. So we learned to communicate, to hold each other accountable, to really speak how we were truly feeling, and to still love each other. And I learned to, during all of this time as well, like, I had to really work through on myself. Like, my parents had put us through a lot of unpleasant stuff, and I had never really, like, in my own heart, I was kind of holding out, like, I deserve an apology. And was just, and that affected how I interacted with him and the kids. And when I finally was like, I forgive that. I'm not going to get that. I've got to forgive them in my own heart. It allowed me to move forward in a healthy manner with Brandon and the kids. And Bailey can say she knows when I finally had that heart change. And because then I could also see him in the light of, I've been forgiven by Jesus, right? Like, what right do I have not to forgive? Because I still do sin.
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer. And again, I think one of the reasons why you're here and sitting in that chair, right? You can't do that work and come out on the other side and not have a good story to tell and set yourself apart as a good example for kids and others who need somebody like you to invest in them when it happens, right? And again, I think it's remarkable that you all have the ability to share this so openly and freely, and again, I think that's another example to just those people who are listening to find that person 10 to 15 years ahead of you and talk about the things that are going on, ask these sorts of questions because they've got experiences that look an awful lot like something that you might be going through, and nothing's new under the sun. So, you find a power couple like this who can help get you through it by way of their experiences. It helps it go for everybody. What are some things that married couples don't talk about? What do you think couples stay silent about? And what advice would you give someone who is quietly struggling with it?
Finances.
We don't talk about money. Is that one of you didn't talk about money?
I'm not saying we did. I think you're just saying couples in general.
Anything. Yeah. Okay. That's something you've observed in your dealings, ways and miles with folks?
Yeah. I mean, I think in general, that's not necessarily our thing. I think we never really had a problem talking about finances, never had a disagreements really around purchases or finances. Yeah, I don't know what else.
I think as I appreciated the questions ahead of time for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to hit everybody with these cold ones. And two, I feel like we could literally do an hour or two on each one of these topics. And so it's just a rapid fire way of trying to approach it. But
I think too, and you made a good point with me, like choices your kids make that aren't always the best choices, and some are more out there for the world to see and some are quieter. And for myself, I placed a lot of my pride in that the kids had a good face, right? And our kids weren't terrible, but they made some ornery choices that landed them in trouble and resulted in some phone calls home. But again, nothing terrible. But I think we're good at not at covering that up because it's my pride at that point. I also think sometimes another hard one, I told him you can't go here, but I'll say it is like, lack of emotional or physical intimacy. That's a one that I feel probably a lot of people struggle with, and that's a hard one. Like, who do you talk to about that?
Why do you think couples stay silent about different things? And what advice would you give someone who is quietly struggling in a conversation that they want to have or need to have right now?
Embarrassment. Don't want to let the other person down. Worried about what their reaction might be.
So it could be anything really that causes somebody to have a feeling of vulnerability or, show weakness. Like the people that love you the most also have the biggest ability to hurt you. And so exposing yourself to that is opening yourself up for hurt, rejection.
Or don't want to hurt them. Like, yeah.
What's been the hardest season that your marriage has walked through? What advice would you give somebody listening who's in kind of that kind of season? I think we talked a little bit about your loss of your folks and whatnot and everything there. I'm not sure if that was covered on before we lost it, but
yeah, that was kind of the period where my mom passed. She had cancer a couple of years and then passed away in 2016. Kids were finishing high school. My dad, after my mom passed, had Parkinson's health issues that we had to take care of. It was very challenging, stressful. And yeah, it was just a period where we were not communicating very well. I had made poor choices about some things that affected our communication and just it was a challenging time.
What do those conversations look like when you're trying to come out of that season? I feel like that's the thing, you could tell the person who might be struggling with it, you guys need to talk about this. And then they don't have the words to say it, or they don't have the tool to say it. So what does that conversation look like? Do you go out to dinner and talk about it there? Do you try to just bring it up gently at home? Is it a direct conversation where you just rip the Band-Aid off?
It's a direct conversation. Yeah. Like confronting conversation.
Confronting yourself, confronting the other person.
The other person, yeah.
Okay. And doing it in a loving way.
Yeah.
But here's the direct answer of this is what I'm feeling. This is how I see you're part of it. And
yeah.
Yes. And you have to be willing to listen without interrupting, which is hard. You have to fully let them tell you how they're feeling, what their experience is, without interrupting them. And even, I'm a good problem solver, even trying to solve the problem, like you have to fully listen and let them know they've been heard. And it goes both ways. And then just talk through how we're going to move forward. What's that look like? But on the basis of we both, during that hard season, what came out of it, a lot of positives came out of it, but we started consistently doing a devotion together every morning before he goes, then I still worked, before we'd go to work. We'd pray together before we'd head out on our day. And we weren't doing that consistently. And that just created that very weak spot in our marriage, in our home, and in our relationship. And And so it's going together through, we're not going to get through this by ourselves. We're only going to get through it relying on the Lord. And he's the only one that's going to he's the only one that's going to get us through this and give us the strength. And sometimes even I'd have to pray, like, give me the words to say. Give me the positive. And how can I be an encouragement? And it's asking for that to be shown to you.
So do you feel like during these seasons that one of you was more in control of things and more supportive of the other spiritually or emotionally or whatnot?
Yeah, I think she was definitely more.
And that, I mean, this is one season, right? But there's other seasons, right? Somebody's got to be willing to accept that emotional burden, and somebody's got to be willing to realize that at this season I'm in right now, I can't meet you there. So
It is, and it does change, as you said. Now he'll be. I think you're stretching yourself too thin, and is like, what do you need me to do, or and helping me talk through that and reflect on that, and it just changes, and that's the beauty. That's how it's supposed to be when everything's working correctly.
very good. Let's see. Have you guys how in light of all of that, how have you kept your marriage from becoming more than just a parenting partnership? Like now you're obviously 10 years out from kids moving away and all that and everything like that. But when you're raising kids, that's a 20-year period of your life where you got a lot going on. You're working, your kids are doing stuff, everything's busy. How do you keep it from just being like I said, a partnership and remaining a husband and wife intentionally while still raising 3 kids?
It's not easy. I mean, to say we had a lot going on is an understatement, especially when the kids were young.
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, we were in and out of Children's Mercy a lot. The nursery or our bedroom, the room where the boys slept, looked like a hospital room. We had IV poles. We had putting, NG tubes, feeding pump, ostomy bags, all these kind of things that we dealt with every day. It was more of a process that we just went through every day, just to maintain the kids. So there wasn't a lot of time for us.
Mm-hmm.
But your mom was good about, she'd come down she'd kick me out. Her and her sister came down. She worked a job, got off at 2, banker's hours. She was bank teller. And she would come down and kick me out of the house. Her and her sister would. And I would go wander Walmart.
Yeah. Just go.
Yeah. And I'd come home. The boys were loved and taken care of. And they did this when Bailey came along too. My house, there's always something cleaner in my house than when I left it, right? I learned a lot from them. And then when the boys got older, his parents and my family were very good about coming down and watching the boys and making sure we just got out for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we didn't feel like we could just leave Blake with anybody because he had some things that required special needs.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that just added a different layer. But once we got beyond that, again, they were good about, we didn't do every year away, we decided, but the kids would go spend time with either his folks or my sister, and we'd go do something.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing elaborate, but we would just get away. And then
for a couple of days or
to our 10-year anniversary, we went on a cruise.
Oh, brilliant.
So we got to do things that just focused on each other.
Yeah. But we were very much focused on family as well. Like we always did some kind of trip with the kids. A lot of those trips were mission trips. They loved that. But yeah, just us. I mean, I would try to, because I would get away every day. I mean, I worked, so I would go to work. She was at home, trying to, taking care of them. I was telling her this afternoon, we were talking about this, and I was just remembering that, talking about finance, we didn't have a lot. It was pretty tight because she wasn't able to work as much as what we had planned because kids. So things were pretty tight. So I was doing on the side work, consulting work. And I can remember I'd done some work and gotten paid, and I came home and I had, I don't know, it was $300 or $400 or something. And I gave it to her and said, take this and get out of here.
Yeah. Go do something.
Go do something. So
that's investment in a good way.
Yeah. So, I mean, just stuff like that, just trying to give her some time away from the kids or whatever. But
yeah, when she comes back, that's a improved person, right? I mean, they get that time away, right? It's a absence makes the heart grow fonder in a certain way, but it's a reset, mental reset, re-energize.
Yeah.
There was a period that I worked nights as a nurse, and I never worked 2 nights in a row, but I worked nights, came home, took the kids to preschool, but when they got home, then like I was staying up, and he was so good about, like, he was just in tune to when he'd get home, he knew like the house was his. I was going to bed. Like I maybe napped while they napped, but we just always were able to work together like that. And that we took care of each other, even though we couldn't like get far away.
Is it a, would you go so far as to say that somebody who's asking for their own time or whatever is selfish in a marriage like that? That's probably like a bad way of looking at it, but like, I'm hearing so much sacrifice on both of your parts that, again, I think that's the example. So, am I doing a justice even trying to provide that feedback? Like, how would you try to share with us a couple who are going through a hard time how to be more sacrificial, like what you're talking about? Like that's the inner person in me just wants to be like, guys, suck it up, right? Like figure it out. The girls need you. They need you to show up. Like you talked about, Brandon, like go out, do the thing, come home, not necessarily kick her out, but that's what you did. Here, take this, please. I love you. Go take care of yourself and come back and, recharged and whatnot. But I mean, you guys have a very diplomatic way of doing it. And I don't know how to communicate it.
It was, I mean, it's a partnership we've entered into. And as we talked about earlier, it's not necessarily a 50-50 split, but it's us taking care of each other. And you have to, be observant somewhat to what your spouse needs and what are they struggling with, because we don't always vocalize it. Ladies are more likely to vocalize it than the guys, for sure, but not necessarily. And it is just being observant. And then, but also if you're truly in a tough spot, you have to ask for that help. And the guys you gotta be willing to do it. It's the health of not only the one you've committed your life to, but it's the health of your home. It's the health of your children. and just a family unit as a whole. And if one is not able to function properly, the rest is going to struggle as well.
Yeah.
So you got to take care of it.
Hindsight being 2020, I appreciate the approach and the philosophy of it and why you would make those decisions. Do you look back at a life lived, a parent journey, marriage up to this point, and wished you'd done anything differently? Like if you could go back and do something differently, what would you do? And it's very easy to say, I wouldn't change a thing because that's the person I brought myself into here, right? But like
If
again,
only
trying
you
to
could say that.
trying to positively reflect on on the review of your job that you've done up to this point. Like,
Yeah. I wish I'd had more conversations with my sons about relationships, becoming a man, things like that. The thing that you did with Powell, and it was like I don't know what you called it, the coming of age or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Thank you.
I wish I would have done something like that with my boys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was based off of Raising a Modern Day Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And so at 12, we just basically said, you're a man now.
Yeah.
And circle up with some
12?
12.
13.
Well, I started it at 12, and then we actually had the ceremony at 13. So sorry. Yeah. Thank you, my love.
Sorry.
No, that's right. You're right. The ceremony that Brandon's talking about happened from the age of 12 to 13, which, So we started about what it means to be a man and everything like that. So anyway, that's good. Thank you. Good feedback.
And I think we've talked about this a little bit, but well, maybe we haven't, but I was not raised in a house that communicated. My dad didn't talk to me about stuff.
Yeah. It was just work.
It was just work. Yeah.
Yep.
You didn't.
You're expected to know how to do it.
Yeah. There was no heart-to-heart conversations or anything like that. So it was just, we didn't talk through things. So, and we were talking about this afternoon too. Two of our kids that are married now, their spouses have noticed that in them.
They've called us out on their
Lack of
ability to want to talk through things.
Really?
And we never fought, because again, I grew up like that. I didn't want it, and so I was a good ignorer. And so our kids didn't see us have conflict resolution in our marriage. And so then, they're getting married and now need to understand there are those opportunities for conflict resolution within marriage.
Yeah.
And their spouses they both have said, they're learning to talk. And, and obviously we've had conversation with all of them, but definitely communication.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You think you're protecting your kids by not which you shouldn't fight in front of them, obviously, but they need to know conflict happens.
Yeah.
Mom and dad doesn't always agree.
Yeah.
And this is how you resolve it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim Gaffigan, we were listening to a podcast with him and like Brian Williams or something like that. This is a couple weeks ago. I talked about it, how parenting is the hardest and most difficult job that you'll ever do that you're guaranteed to fail at. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that seems so right. It's dark as all get out, but it's kind of right in that respect. You work hard, you try to do it. Talk about those things you disagreed about though. How did you disagree and then not expose the kids to it? Right. Cause there's how do you resolve it without the kids having to choose sides or whatever?
Well, we just ignored it. We definitely.
not always, but more than we should have.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a opportunity to reflect on there, and you sounds like you've made changes. You started communicating, you started talking, right? That's the nature of the growth of a relationship.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
How has your relationship with your children changed as they've become adults now? Well, we've actually we already, that was a question we started with. So I guess coming back to it, we don't need to do there. What did marriage teach you about boundaries with your parents and in-laws? How can couples honor their parents without allowing extended family members to interfere with their marriage?
We really never had a problem with that. I mean, my parents were involved in our family.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were good grandparents. They were parents to Jeri. I mean, so I don't think we really had that much.
Neither set were like intrusive.
Yeah.
Overbearing or anything.
No, if they respected that we were together. We were married. We were starting our own family, and they were both sides were involved and encouraging and loved us and great resources. But they also knew we were starting our own family unit. Like we never. And his mom was very gracious though. Like at Christmas, at holidays, like, my mom and my older sister lives in Chillicothe area where we grew up. And she was very kind and would invite them into her home. So she made it easy for us, not having to decide where we're going necessarily.
Yeah. And her parents, still, when we have holiday get-togethers or whatever, both her mom, who's still single, and her dad, who remarried, all still come together. I mean, they're like,
They didn't give him a choice.
Yeah. It's like, you're coming.
Yeah.
Do you involve yourself in your grandkids' lives in that same way? Are you inviting everyone to your home? Are you giving your kids time and space to explore their other in-laws and whatnot?
It's a different dynamic for sure. But I think we've made that conscious decision that we are not going to be upset if they need to go to the other's family, because I know that's hard. I mean, you also have another family you have to go to Christmas with or whatever. So it's,
Again, they're starting their families.
yeah.
And you want that to be, you want them to be successful at it, right? And I don't want to be any added pressure on them that causes any discord in that partnership.
Yeah.
And so, I was thinking and of course, Bailey, our daughter, has a job where she has to work holidays. And so that affects it as well. And so like with our daughter-in-law, I'll be this when we're thinking about doing it, check with your mom and we can be flexible. Like I've always been kind of a people pleaser and I've carried that into this role as well.
So this past Christmas was the first Christmas we've not spent with our kids.
That was weird.
On the day of, you mean?
On Christmas Day, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
did you do it like the weekend before, or
we did? I don't know if it's before or after or something, but with the Christmas Day they weren't there. It's the first time.
It's all about, I say it's about being together. Doesn't matter the day. Are we intentional at being together outside of the holiday? And that takes the pressure off of the holiday then. Yeah, holidays are fun to celebrate, but so are 364 other days of the year, right?
Yeah, the family that doesn't get together and makes a big deal over that one day or whatnot, doesn't get together any of the other days, that's a family that's got issues. Yeah.
So take the pressure off. Like there's lots of other days to choose from. It'll be just as exciting.
Are there any traditions from raising your own kids or your own experiences that you're determined to kind of pass on and pass down?
I don't think we really have any traditions, do we?
I've been thinking on this since you sent us the questions.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. Nothing.
We're the most simple people. We really are.
Hey, that simple's wonderful. Simple is wonderful. Literally, just get together and hang out.
We're boring.
Yeah. For that reason, little Easter egg. One of my favorite holidays is like 4th of July, because there's next to no expectations. You can just say, hey, we're going to do a barbecue at the house. And people come over. If you want to bring fireworks, great. You want to whatever, great. Show up early, late, whatever. We're going to be here grilling and
Having fun.
just hanging out. There's no pressure to have too much food or certain types of food or, all the right gifts or the,
I've learned you get caught up in all those little details, and the day's not fun for me because my expectations that are usually not vocalized haven't been met.
Yeah.
But one tradition we do have is on Christmas, we would make breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd make Daddy's juice, which is just a...
Do tell.
It started that when the kids were little. It's just frozen orange juice and
ice and sugar.
And some vanilla.
Oh, it's like orange Julius.
Yeah.
Yeah. And put it in a blender and blend it up.
And he'd make it, but the kids say, Daddy juice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that is...
We might have to adopt that one.
That's awesome.
But we do make breakfast.
Yeah.
And-
Omelets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But last year it was just us too.
I love that. Well, I don't love that, but I love that, your perspective on it. I can't imagine how challenging it is. We talked when you guys first got here to record this is our first day that we are not empty nesters, but our son is at the lake with friends. The other three are at college. And so we got up, we went to church. The church service was out. We didn't have anywhere to be, so we lingered a little longer than we normally do. We got home and it's like, what do you want to do? So we, had lunch and did all of that and everything. And it's been great, but kind of surreal to know that everything's happening all around you. And, here we are. So
You get to know each other over once again.
A different way.
If we followed you around your house for a week, what would we see that contributes to your healthy marriage? What are the boring, ordinary habits that have probably mattered more than the big romantic gestures?
She's afraid of what I'm going to say.
I can see that.
What?
I think it's we were talking about this. When I learned to be present when he was coming home and welcoming him back into the home, asking about his day, and even just greeting him, with a kiss and a hug, like that. Simple, again, a simple gesture, but it means the world to him, and it shows that, I do miss him during the day, and I'm glad to see he's back home. We're very intentional about that, and he's very good to ask me about my day, which isn't always that exciting. But yeah, I don't know. Just
I've gathered just through our conversation, you get up in the morning together, have devotional. Do you eat together regularly? No? Okay.
No.
So then you're off to work, Brandon. Jeri, you're around the house doing things here, right? I know you're very active with our church just through other activities, right? So then you come home, you greet one another, conversations about the day. Are you, I don't want to say that this is a negative thing if it is, but right. Like just not plopping down in front of the TV and watching 6 hours of TV before you go to bed, right? There's some presence there, isn't there? What's that look like?
Well, sadly, generally we still have dinner to be made. If I'm on my A game, like it is made, but usually we're making dinner together.
Great. That's
Clearing
a
it
communal
up,
activity.
cleaning
That's
it up.
wonderful.
One thing I started doing different, although I was telling him this, he's like, really? Used to be like, he would, he was tired at the end of the day and he would go up to bed first. Well, I intentionally started going up with him. He'll fall asleep before me because he's asleep before he hits the pillow, but just just going to bed together at night, being in the same room by each other, and just having that moment to finish talking about your day. What do you got going on tomorrow? How's your day look? And having that physical touch again has meant the world, I think, and has changed our relationship. But yeah, we're just doing things around the house. I know he enjoys when I go out and help him water the flowers, just doing the evening chores.
Time together.
Stay together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we have a pool and we don't have close neighbors, so use your imagination.
Jeri is deadpan staring at me like, I refuse to answer that.
Being empty nesters is fun.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. Okay, so that's the positive side. What should couples stop doing? Been married long enough to know stuff doesn't work. Certain things don't work. What are 3 things you would tell couples to stop doing if they want a healthier marriage?
Stop trying to make it perfect.
Okay, ain't gonna be perfect. Just
Can't
stop
be-
trying
yeah,
to do that.
Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay,
Um,
I've heard that. I love that expression. Don't sweat the small stuff. And by the way, everything's small stuff.
yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say quit comparing yourself?
Yeah, avoid the comparison trap.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You truly don't know what's going on behind that curtain.
Mm-hmm.
But we're good at comparing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Comparing like to other people.
Mhm.
Yeah. For
Mhm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Yeah.
Okay. On the flip side, what should couples start doing? 3 things you tell the people to start doing tomorrow.
Praying together.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Oh. I mean, if you haven't already, just asking them what is your love language? Like, what is it that you appreciate when I do it?
Mhm.
That fills your bucket.
Mhm.
Because you may not know that,
Mhm.
and then you're just drifting along.
I have some legendary gifts that I've given her over the years.
Really?
So be cautious though, because you don't want to use all your ammunition too early. Because I run out of ideas, but yeah, I had some good ones
Nope.
earlier. So
Oh, very good. Notes and pads eagerly waiting. What do we got here?
So I sent her a singing Valentine one time at her work.
An
At the
actual
hospital.
singing Valentine.
Yeah. It was a barbershop quartet that
Wow.
they sang to her.
And I got a teddy bear. And all the patients came out of their rooms, lined the hallway.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. I was proud of myself. I
Baby, anything to add to this? What should couples start doing? You've been married a while to a perfectly imperfect person.
25 years, wasn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I like the greeting at the door. I think that's important. The love language thing is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring that out, and it changes. I said a little earlier, I don't know if we got it, just the communication piece and the working through what the other one needs and not giving up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Wonderful.
Something bubbled to the top of my brain finally. Praying for your spouse. If you're not taking time to pray for your spouse, not with them, but in your own quiet time, I would encourage them to do that.
Yeah. That creates another emotional bond, triangular shaped bond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's very important.
And we talked about it earlier, but the text messages during the day, I think,
Mhm.
are really good.
if your 3 children someday have the kind of marriage you had, what parts of your marriage would you hope they copy, and what would you hope they would improve upon?
I'd hope they would copy. I feel like we've had unconditional love through the years. It's not been easy by any stretch of the imagination, but we've continued to be there for one another. And then things I'd hope they wouldn't copy that they'd improve upon would be just good communication, not afraid to talk through the hard things early on before it has a chance to sit there and fester and then spill over in an ugly manner.
Brandon, anything to add?
We've not been afraid that for our kids to see us show love for one another. Like we want them to see what a good marriage looks like. So, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I grew up in a household where my dad couldn't keep his hands off my mom, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
To you know, I definitely do that same sort of thing, right? They're like, get a room, and I'm like, I got a house. Like, you want to get a room, you go.
You're
whatever.
a guest in it.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I affirm that completely. Also affirm what you had said earlier about, you know, the small stuff. There's a great quote out there from, I don't know, it's like Jim Carrey or something like that. I wish everybody would have the opportunity to be rich and famous and get everything that they want, and realize that, you know, that doesn't make them happy. And ultimately you're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and understand more about yourself and what makes you happy and what life is all about. And then that's,
I think so many times people are chasing the dollar, chasing the new whatever, and they don't realize they've got everything they need right next to them, or right there. So yeah, don't focus on what everybody else has. Focus on what you have.
Yeah. You have anything to contribute here, babe?
Well, that goes right along with I'll be happy when.
Yeah.
And I hope they dance in the kitchen. Have fun together.
Because you don't know when that'll be unable to do that.
Right. Those are my prepared questions. I do have a bunch of rapid fires here. You want to jump into those? Do you have any other thoughts? Let's say before we leave the serious stuff, is there anything you'd hope we talk about that we haven't? Anything that
you had a question on there about her and dealing with my MS?
I did. When MS became our problem, we've talked about your MS before, Jeri. What did you learn about being a spouse when something neither of you chose suddenly became a part of your marriage, right? And then, Brandon, what did you learn about accepting help in that situation?
He's still learning to accept help. But it's hard. We don't know what tomorrow brings. And never in a million years would we have imagined he'd have MS, multiple sclerosis, that initially it came and it went and it came and it went. And then what you said in the last 10, 12 years, I think you said, it's changed to, what was it?
Secondary progressive,
all these terms. And so his numbness is there. It's not going to change. It's not going to get any better, but he's on medicine to stop it from progressing. And so I've had to learn to slow down. Can be like a fast walker, and I've had to learn to slow my gait down, which is sometimes hard because
chillax.
I want to get there and get going, right? We've enjoyed, since our kids have been gone, we've started to do road trips, and we just kind of have a destination in mind, and however we get there. And we've seen some amazing things across this great country. And once I got us, because I'm like, oh, it's just a little bit away around here. I got us in a bad situation because he physically was struggling to be hiking where we were at. And I learned a very important lesson in that day. Like, first of all, I'm not strong enough to carry him out. And so there's a thunderstorm rolling in, and I mean, we still had a long ways to get around there. And just our life looks different, but we can still find things that we enjoy doing together. And I'm thankful that he's still here beside me, able to do those things and enjoy those things. I've learned to read his body language when I know when he's really tired and having a hard time walking, and just telling him, okay, you need to sit down and rest. Because he would tell me, no, I'm good to go. I'm like, you know what? This bench is up here. We're going to sit down. And he'll be, well, I guess if you need to take a rest. I'm like, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
But when we enjoyed Estes Park earlier this year, and, you know, there's some nice, short, beautiful hikes that are paved all the way around. And we were able to enjoy those together. And then I did go do a little bit longer one by myself one afternoon while he was resting. Like, that's hard for me to do because I enjoy being together. But there are still stuff I want to go and enjoy, and that's hard. It's hard to still wrap my mind around a bit. But we're navigating it, I think, pretty good. And he is learning to rest and relax. Not because I need it.
Anything to add there, Brandon?
No, I think that's just one of the things that, like, just in our story, I think that's something that, you know, the challenges we had with the boys, with the twins, with one of the twins, and all of those things have contributed to where we're at today, which I think is a really good spot. And I think that just is another thing that we've kind of just tackled head on. I know the last podcast I did with you, we talked in depth about it, but it was, you know, it was the attitude I took when I first was diagnosed was, my prayer was just, I need to raise my kids, be healthy for them. And I was able to do that. So I look at that as a positive. And now it's like, everything's gravy now. Then I have grandkids and I want to do things with them too. And he's like, get in the floor and play toys, tractors with me. I'm like, okay.
Like, I get down, I don't know if I get back up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just the way I feel like that we've kind of tried to approach life is that it's what we got, and we're just going to deal with it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't want to say you made it look good, but it's you've been a great example to us, and again, I had an opportunity to speak at convocation for the school recently, and just reflecting on this podcast and our platform and the stories that, you know, you meet somebody, it's one thing, but then you sit down and you talk with them about it. One of my favorite compliments is, you know, I've known that guy or this couple forever long, and I didn't know that about him until you all talked through that. And, you know, this story isn't really available to most until you actually tell it. And just reflecting on this episode, right? High school kids, you know, with a ton of stories that looked like a high school sweetheart relationship, which it was. Married young, thrown right into the fire with kids and dealing with medical issues, and then medical issues of your own and job changes. And I mean, you know, this is stuff that could be written in a book. It's the stuff that could be made into a movie. And you know, who would play you if you had to have somebody? You Russell Crowe?
Maybe, yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Who would play you, Jeri?
have no clue. First of all, I'd have to remember their names. I remember faces.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, rapid fires. Who fell in love first?
Me.
Who's more stubborn?
Me.
She.
Oh, bam, bam. Let's go.
Might as well own it.
Dinner out or dinner at home?
Home. We eat out once a week, but majority's at home.
Where do you normally eat out? What do you like to eat out when you eat out? Don't say Applebee's.
It's usually Mexican.
Whew, thank gosh.
But it's not really, well, it used to be El Maguey, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They kind of messed things up with their whole,
Yeah, what happened to
I
that?
don't know.
Bro, the what's the one here in town?
It's not bad, actually.
It's awesome.
We've been going there. It's pretty good.
They got another one in Richmond.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't that be great if they sponsored this show?
Yeah, it would be.
If only you could remember their name.
I know. I like their burrito. They got a burrito that's amazing. I don't know what it's called. I look at it. It's like a fajita burrito, but they got a little something else that goes with it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's more likely to say I'm fine when they're definitely not fine?
Me.
Brandon. Finish this sentence. The thing I love most about being married to you is
His patience with me.
I was told I couldn't say this, so
We'll use our imagination.
once again, use your imagination.
Who is more likely to spend money on something that you absolutely do not need?
Me.
Jeri. Interesting.
Amazon comes to our house every day.
Oh, the
It
boxes.
does not. It
That's
does not.
interesting.
The boxes.
Since we know that he bought a street cleaner, but it's you.
Well, that was a long time ago.
This one's for all of you. You too, Carissa.
Oh,
What's
good.
the dumbest argument you've ever had?
Just this morning over the size of paint.
Oh, that's
Like,
not even real.
this is what I meant. No, we didn't really argue, but
Stupidest thing ever.
I don't know.
I have a knack for forgetting. I really do.
Really?
I don't sit and stew.
That's a wonderful.
Yeah,
It
because
is.
I have the curse of not forgetting.
Yeah.
I can't. It really is a curse because I can remember details about things years ago, and sometimes those things I don't want to remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carissa tells me, as I'm like you, Jeri, she thinks it's a gift now that somebody can like say something to hurt my feelings like 5 or 10 years ago, and it's gone.
Walk
and
her
I'm
off
like,
the
I
back.
could like just talk to him later or whatever, and everything's good to go. So
Oh, I might remember it, but I don't hold.
yeah. What's the dumbest argument we've ever been in?
Why don't you answer that?
I have my answer. Do you have one?
Is it the quilt? Is it the bedspread?
Yeah.
I figured.
We were trying to get out of town. We were married, trying to get out of town.
First year of marriage.
First year of marriage, whatever. And over the course of a weekend, one of Carissa's grandmas was going to come look at our apartment when we weren't there.
My mom and my grandma were coming.
It's got to be clean.
My
Trash got to be
first
taken
home
out.
Ever.
Everything was clean, Jeri. Everything was clean. The entire apartment was spotless. and she wanted to have the duvet on the bed.
I wanted the bedspread on the bed.
When
you don't get
she
the
got
full
there.
effect.
It was wet. We waited.
It was in the dryer.
We waited like an hour
Oh my gosh.
to leave. And I'm like, we're trying to go to the lake. Like if they judge you on this, like the people
We're
who-
going to eat when we get out of town.
He lied.
that's easily my answer to that question. What's yours?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure we have one, but
It's probably furniture placement or something.
I say so many dumb things we argue about all the time. It's all my fault. And I own that. I own it.
I do. Yeah.
It could literally be every day for us.
Yeah. Well, I'm into semantics. I can't help it. And he's not. So you got to say that different because that's not what you meant.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or we can just repeat something back to each other. We could just go back and forth forever And yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. And we could just do it on a loop.
Mm-hmm. We do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Talk it out immediately or sleep on it.
It's immediately now.
Yeah.
Is it?
Now it used to be just ignore it.
Okay.
Talk about it.
Okay.
I can't. Nope.
Who's more romantic?
Oh, me for sure.
Really?
No, I would agree. Like
Really?
for
Okay.
the kid, when the boys turned 18,
Oh, yeah.
I got 18 roses at work
One of those gifts.
on their birthday, and with the sweetest note. I still have it from the boys' 18th birthday.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Did it for Bailey's 18th too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I gave her 18 roses on her 18th birthday.
Wow,
Again,
Brandon.
he has better.
You definitely
memory
have
of
the romantic bug. What is your spouse's most annoying habit? Carissa will go first.
No.
Mine, what I think it is inappropriate jokes.
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
I think they're funny. And it's not,
And I don't.
some are more inappropriate than others, but like they're not. I've taken the edge off of them, but you know,
We have, yes, we've knocked some rough edges off of each other.
Mm.
It's true.
not me. You have no rough edges. You're very smooth.
I would say you tell the boys to read the room. Like there's a line and you cross it and you just keep going
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's right.
Once you're across,
That's right.
There's no going back.
Might as well break that dang thing off.
I'd say Brandon's sarcasm gets me sometimes.
What?
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's an art.
Mm-hmm.
Beach
Oh, I
vacation
didn't
or
get to
mountain?
say mine.
Hey, I was trying to bail you out. You would.
I got one. She tries to get the car as close to the garage door as possible without it hitting it. I mean, it's like that far.
That's why they make
like
backup
an
cameras. You can see.
inch from the door coming down and hitting the car.
Okay.
Give
It's
it some
perfectly.
space into the freezer.
I understand now.
I shouldn't, but I thought it was gonna be about running out of gas.
Oh, yeah.
Because
But she hadn't done that for a while,
that's
at least that I know of.
I have not. I've learned my lesson.
Beach vacation or mountain vacation?
Mountain.
both.
You're a beach girl. Don't lie.
I am.
Who
not.
who apologizes first?
Me.
Me.
Yep. Who was the stricter parent?
Me.
Okay. She's like, Brandon, like, yep, that's right. Which of your 3 kids is most like you? And which is more like your spouse?
Bailey's like me.
Really?
The boys. They're twins, so I can get away saying both
Okay.
of them.
There you go.
But they're totally different.
They both have qualities of me more than you.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to spoil his grandchildren?
It's pretty equal, probably. I don't know. She spoils them when they're babies, like holding them and all that. I don't want much to do with them when they're little, but when they get older, they'll get 4-wheelers and things like that.
Yeah, there is no question what's about to happen in this house. I raised my kids and did it the best I could to raise them right with my lovely, lovely wife helping at every turn. But I don't have to raise my grandkids. I'm going to spoil them rotten.
Yeah.
What is one family tradition you hope your grandchildren carry on? We kind of talked about that one a little bit. Who is more likely to give an adult child unsolicited advice?
Probably me.
Me.
I have given unsolicited advice and it didn't go over well.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to work on that. This last week has been a challenge for me.
That's your delivery, but
Yeah. She
Yeah.
says that all the time. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Oh, they both, it's stereo. Who's more likely to say I told you so?
Me.
Me,
Jeri.
because I'm right.
Thank you.
What's one marriage rule you believed when you were young that you no longer believe?
I thought you should know. I thought you should know me well enough to know what I was thinking. That didn't last long.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll pass on that one.
Gonna pass? Okay.
I felt like I thought of one when we was talking at home, but now I can't remember it.
I also thought
Oh, I
that
did.
if we,
Go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, and this is my second to this. I also thought that if we fought, we weren't right for each other.
Oh.
Because I also didn't see conflict.
Oh, there was a couple things that we remembered that we did that just sounds really dumb now, but like we made sure we ironed every piece of clothing that we had as soon as it came out of the dryer
That's what ladies did back 30
my
years ago.
God.
and hung it in the closet.
You had an ironing pile.
And finally we got like, this is ridiculous. We're spending hours ironing clothes.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was tucking our sheet into the foot of the bed under the mattress.
That's how you make a bed correctly.
Like the hospital corner?
Yeah.
Like all the way around?
Yeah.
Oh.
But we stopped doing that, and it doesn't make any difference on the way the bed looks, and it's so much easier to make the bed.
Well, we have a
it's
hospital
not
corner
tight on your
on
feet.
one side now and not on the other.
It's not tight on your feet. I went and visited my sister, and that's how she made the bed. I'm like, this is freeing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just kick that sucker out. As soon as you get in, just kick it out. And then, you'll be all
Hotel
right.
beds are the worst. They make those suckers tight.
They do. They do.
It's snug. It's wonderful.
Who's more likely to start a home project and who's more likely to actually finish it?
Me. Both.
Really? You'll start and finish it.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing your spouse does that can still make you laugh after all these years?
Sometimes it gives me this look when he knows don't want to, when I'm
I
frustrated.
can make her laugh when she gets mad.
That's awesome. Mine is my wife's naivete. She is so unbelievably naive, and it is one of the most endearing things about her. She sees the best and brightest things in everybody, and she can't imagine for a second that somebody would say something or mean something to her feelings or whatever. She just always sees like the brightest thing, and it's somebody in my mind that's like generally dark. That is one of the brightest, happiest things to be confronted with. So I love that. Anyway, let's see. Any other there?
You
What's
can always
some-
make me laugh, but I'm not sure what you're doing that's causing it.
Slapstick. She's a big fan of slapstick. What's something you've gotten better at as you've gotten older?
I hope a lot of things.
Mine is patience.
Definitely.
I'm to the point now where
Mm-hmm.
that I can see it in somebody else and like feel sorry for them for how impatient that they are. And that's new. I used to be like super impatient. Now I'm like really patient in a lot of ways. Not every way, but anyway.
Your house doesn't have to be spotless to
yeah.
have company over.
You said that while you were looking around at a not spotless house.
Whatever. Family fellowships kind of, well, a lot's helped me with that, but we host family fellowships on Sunday evening, and someday the day gets away from you. I'm like, well, we'll see dishes in the sink or whatever.
Who knows the other person better?
I'm still trying to figure her out.
Mm-hmm. I know Carissa better than she knows me.
I disagree.
You can disagree all you want.
You are whatever you're doing, you are a student. You have studied me for sure.
Yep. I agree.
But I'm an empath, so I'm just absorbing everything that's going on around you all the time. So,
also true. What's one thing you understand about marriage today that you couldn't possibly have understood when you got married?
How hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we got married, I don't think that was even considered
Mm-hmm.
that it would be hard.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't know. I look back on how young we were, 21 and 22, and I said I do, and I said I love you, and I meant it, and I think it pales in comparison to living life and walking through hard things with and raising children with someone for 25 years. Like, I'm in it. I didn't even know what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. And how that love's just growing
Yeah.
deeper and stronger.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the good segue into our final question. If you had to marry each other all over again tomorrow, would you? And why?
Well, I would, because I'd do a better job of asking her.
What? This is a story we didn't tell.
I know we didn't. I didn't. But
How did you ask that was so offensive?
I didn't think it was. I mean, it was straight to the point, right? Hey, you want to get married?
We had been, it wasn't like that. We had been to probably one of the nicest restaurants in Chillicothe, which
was like a step above McDonald's, but
which wasn't a whole lot, but it was a nicer
Classy.
restaurant.
yeah.
Had nice, lovely dinner. And then we were probably headed back to my house, I imagine, at a stoplight by the Strand Hotel that is still there. And he is like, I had a little promise ring he had given me. And he's like, I think it's time to replace this and put my engagement ring on my finger. We'd been to a nice dinner.
Exactly. It was,
Opportunity.
no, it was set.
Oh,
it's a
at the
setup.
dinner.
It was
Yeah.
a setup. It was.
We're at a stoplight by the Strand Hotel. In a truck.
Yeah, and and the other thing, although we proved this
But
wrong,
I would say yes again.
That's right.
so the other thing I would say we'd do it again, because for 33 years she's thought that for 30 years she thought that I did not give a long enough kiss at the wedding. It was just a peck. She's been saying that for 30 years. So for our 30th anniversary, another one of those good gifts that I got is I got our VHS of our wedding digitized and played it at our kids did a 30-year anniversary party for us.
Oh.
And so I played that, and everybody there agrees that it was an appropriate
You paid him off.
length of kiss. So
Well, he about lit me on fire.
Yeah, and dropped you. There was a couple of things.
You didn't drop me.
I know, yeah. She had
Right.
this beautiful tulle dress, and I dipped her and about dropped her because I didn't have my foot appropriately placed. And then she didn't
Could have
know
gone way wrong.
I was able to muscle it up. and
Candles
everything.
everywhere, tool
That's when
flying.
you had
Yeah.
like candle lighters back in the day.
Yeah, and Carissa was bougie. So she had, I'll bet we had 100 candles.
No way.
we had a lot.
Yeah.
It was 75. There was 8 to 10. There was 8 to 10
On the candelabers.
on
On
the-
6
on-
pillars. Yeah.
6 each pillars, and then there were candelabras too. So I mean, it was closer to 100 than 50.
Okay.
But anyway, it was a lot.
It was a thing back then.
Not burn the church down, but that's okay.
Yeah. I would marry you again, by the way.
Well, thank you. I would marry you too. I'm a better person because of you. And the things people call out in me now are because of the things that you've helped me through.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true.
that's nice.
Mom and Dad did a great job building a foundation, and you have polished a very, very rough diamond. It was coal. It was coalish. There was pressure involved and all this work that you've done. So good job. Brandon, Jeri, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything unsaid that you'd like to say? One final piece of advice for our folks.
Center your marriage on Christ every day.
Good feedback. It's good. All right. Jeri, anything to add? No? It's been a pleasure to have you on here today. You guys are a wonderful example for so many, definitely for us. But again, I offer this to all the listeners. This is the type of folks that you want in your life. See somebody 10, 15 years ahead of you. Start asking them questions, come alongside, and lo and behold, they've been through what you've gone through, and they're a wealth of information, and they want to talk with you about what's going on. So a lot of good things, And thank you all for listening. This has been the Son of the Law podcast. Have a great night.